this music, if you really want to go deeper in this music and learn what it is, you need to have a home. You need to stay with the guru, not to the household, not to give massages to the guru, but just to observe how this music is lived. It's not just a music that you practice, it becomes your lifestyle. So, before I started learning under Untitled, I was actually a student of Balaji, the general veena. So, I really don't know what got me interested in Dhrupad, but I know this much that I got interested pretty early. So, when I first wanted to learn Dhrupad and I ran away literally from home, I was maybe 18 at that time. I ran away to Mumbai to study under ballet.
Wow.
And things didn't work out the way I expected. So I came back and then I kind of gave up hope a little bit because it seemed to me that me being a woman playing veena, it's not going to work out very well and it might not happen. So I continued my learning violin with Nitati and then with her encouragement, I got this veena made. And unfortunately, this is a crappy veena. I just had to struggle. It would never speak. So then I had again the same choice. Either I give up or learn how to make the instrument. And because of that, I went to Gurukul and then Rajshekhar Vyas and then built my own instruments, learned how to make the instrument.
Gopal Guru, what's the lectures you're talking about?
Yes. And then I started playing. And what kept me inside, I mean, can you really explain in words what you feel when the Dagar is there and the sa, you hit the right spot? What happens? Can you explain that? It's impossible to explain.
Yeah.
So how can we really explain that? Or the veena, when it really speaks properly, and you can see all those things just lighting up. You can't explain those feelings in words. So once I experienced those, there was no turning back. I mean, I couldn't think of myself doing anything else in my life for sure. You know, it might be a very bad analogy to use here, but when you learn how to listen for the right sur, it's very addictive. And on veena, when you can see all those shruti movements happening all around you, it's addictive. You can't get out of that. I mean, if I don't play the veena for 2 days, I'll just feel so miserable that as if a withdrawal syndrome is happening. Something like that happens. So I don't know if is there any other way of explaining this. You just get addicted. Yes, so what is this if it's not a spiritual practice? Can it be anything but a spiritual practice?
Yeah.
Now, I still believe in a lot of the mythologies related with the rudra. So, to become a veena player, what is a veena player? Who is a veena player? I think the very strong moralities make a good veena player. If the veena player is not very good in heart, the audience can hear that. And through veena, when you're looking at the sur. So there is also this aspect, like I think you have also heard Uh, when you go deeper, little deeper, you don't have to go very deep even. Just you hit a sur. It's in sur. It merged perfectly in the Tanpura, and the Shrutis they start coming out. The moment that happens, your ego will have to dissolve. If your ego is still there, if you think that okay, I'm in control of all this, then it will not work. As long as you don't give up your control over what's happening, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, I have given up my control over what's happening, and you just become a witness to whatever is happening there. It's not happening because you are wanting it to happen. It's just happening through you, and you are not in control. You are just a witness there. And if you go a little deeper, then the witness also it dissolves. You you know after that music has happened, you don't even remember what has happened.
Mm.
You just have little bit glimpses and pieces of okay, maybe this has happened, maybe that has happened, but you don't know for sure. You have to either listen to the recording or ask other people to know what has happened. Well, again, it's a multi-dimensional question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you look at a rag? Rag has its own character. Now, again, I'll draw the things that I said in the previous answer. Are you in control of how the rag is going to be? If you're in control, no matter how much you think it's happening spontaneously, it's not. All your previous experiences, all your practice and tali, they're playing a huge role there.
Yeah.
Now, if your ego is not there, the rag is there. You are imagining that rag. You are feeling that rag, but you're not biased by all the information that has been fed to you. If you can get there and the ego is not there anymore, then whatever happens spontaneously. But you are not in control of that anymore. It just happens.
If you're talking about the Raga as an entity, then it can take you wherever it wants to go.
Exactly. Yeah. And you are not in control. You cannot say that, no, I want my rag to be like this. I want this phrase to come. I want this to sound like that. No, you're not in control of that. And if the rag doesn't want to happen, no matter how good you are, it just won't happen.
Yeah.
You're not in control. It's not possible. It's just when something much bigger has to be in tune with you, or you have to be in tune with something much bigger for it to happen the way it wants to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The better you know how to tune yourself to the higher power, the better it's going to come through. You just cannot force your ego. Oh, I am the big master of veena. I am going to play this rag and he's going to listen to me. No, it can't happen. It's not possible.
Yeah. And I think then coming with that kind of presence, it's like being led, right? So there's the potential of changing us. From the inside.
Yes, it absolutely changes you. It shakes you to your core. When you start seeing those things initially, either I have seen both sides of this change. Either it changes you for the better or it changes you for the worse. I would not want to overly simplify this, but I'd still say this is that once you go a little deep with veena, I'm not saying Dhrupad, just veena, all the characteristics that you have, good or bad, they will get extremely enhanced. So if you're a very loving person, you will become more loving. If you are an insecure person, your insecurities will become even bigger. If you are an egoistic person, your ego will get even more inflated. So probably because of this, that importance of who you are as a human being is extremely important before somebody plays the veena. If the person is not very good at heart, they're going to be miserable with the veena. And
Wow.
it changes you. It changes you. I mean, me 5 years back versus me right now, it's not the same person by any means. And the only thing I can say is it has to be because of the veena. It will change you for better or for worse. Which path somebody wants to take, it's up to them. The guru can lead a little bit, but then also the guru is also not in control because there is a Bhajya guru and an Antar guru. There is a physical guru and there is a guru inside the disciple itself. So the Bhajya guru can guide you, but without the Antar guru, it really cannot go anywhere. And it's the duty of the Bhajya guru to awaken the Antar guru so that the physical guru's presence is not necessary always. Now, if the Antar guru wants to go somewhere else, then it's just gone. You can't, it's beyond your help.
Yeah.
And I have seen great musicians suffer. Talented musicians got completely spoiled and they finally had to give up playing the veena. So, in my belief, some people may feel otherwise, but in my belief, this music, if you really want to go deeper in this music and learn what it is, you need to have a guru. You need to stay with the guru, not do the household work, not to give massages to the guru, but just to observe how this music is lived. It's not just a music that you practice, it becomes your lifestyle.
Yeah.
For a student to understand that, it cannot happen within just 1 hour lesson. No? The student has to live through Kharaj session, has to live through all the frustrations of their gurus when they are practicing and something is not happening. So, and they have to be present physically, see how that guru is in their day-to-day life, and otherwise a lot of this music it's just lost. So it's not only about just play dhani sare ga, dha komal ka komal. That doesn't make it Kirwani. No? What makes it Kirwani is, so early in the morning, she wakes up, she does her practice, she gets ready, travels for 1 hour, goes to school, teaches for 11 to say like 4:35. Another hour comes back home, teaches students like us, then again in the night does her practice, then goes to sleep and repeat. If you don't experience that, or Aparnaji, very good example, because when I saw her, she is not a very famous performer, but Aparna Shastri Balaji's wife, but she is a very respected scientist, where a lot of responsibilities are on her. Ragini is a little kid, she has to take care of her studies, her extremely difficult job as a scientist. But then I used to see, like, before going to the office, just for 15 minutes, she will tune the Tanpura, sit down, do some murchana, go back to office. Came back, just before dinner, she found 15 minutes, she will practice, and that's it. I mean, if I'd never witnessed that, how she managed that time. Can you really teach this in a classroom setting? It's impossible. You have to live that. You have to see that. So, also, Babuji died. Next day, Gurukul was off. The next day after that, Gurus is were in Gurukul for classes. Shote Guruji died. Within 4 days, classes were resumed.
Wow.
Within just 4 days after Churiguji died.
You were,
Whatever
you,
is
you were
happening.
living
Yes.
at that time
Yes.
in Bhopal.
Yes. So, witnessing this, after that, okay, so today I have an upset stomach, so I'm not going to practice. They just become like bad excuses.
Mm.
If I never saw those things, like the family is going through this kind of situation, but still they're there to teach the students. Can you really explain this in a classroom setting? So these ideologies, the only way they can come through is through the guru-shishya parampara. There is no other shortcut. Yeah, it's a problem that has been there for generations. It's very invasive. Very invasive. You know, when I just started performing as a violinist, I have faced these like great musicians, these respected musicians. Just while performing violin, the sari went a little bit away and my stomach was a little bit visible. They were in the audience, and the night I get their call, and I was very excited. Oh, this person called me. See, he's such a great musician. I must have played something good. The entire talk that happened was my sari went a little bit this side, and I looked very sexy, and how he couldn't control himself. He is probably of the age of my grandfather,
Wow.
and I was a mere teenager back then. So
Wow.
it's that bad. And then, anyway, like we all know that women weren't even allowed to touch the veena.
Yeah.
Playing is out of the question. So, yeah, there is a huge extreme bias. And then to get concerts, also, there is a lot of politics. There is a lot of bias that we have to face. Equal pay, it's still an issue.
Yeah.
No matter, you might be so much better as a musician, you might be more famous or whatever, but still, the moment there is a guy performing the same instrument, he will have more uh, remuneration than a woman will have. The problem is still there. And in big venues, I'm talking about, not the small places. In small places, if they even pay us like 8,000-10,000, that's like a big deal for them. Oh, you are a woman. You don't need to eat. You don't need to pay your bills, because definitely there has to be a man who is paying your bills. How can a woman survive alone? That's their mindset.
Yeah.
So we are paying you 8,000. You can buy a lot of makeup with that. Just be happy with that. I have dealt with this. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
You can buy fancy clothes, because definitely you're not paying for your own food.
Yeah, the assumptions are really.
You don't have to pay your bills. Either your father is paying for you or your husband is paying for you. All these things, they're all very superficial.
Yeah.
So listen to that music for how long? At some point, you're going to be bored.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel, okay, it's there is nothing in it, it's just noise. And you will have to look inwards.
Mm.
The moment you look inwards, then those music, yeah, those are good entertainment, but then will that help you to look inwards? The answer is a very clear no. So, no matter how small it is, there will always be this community of people who want to go deeper and who want to look inwards. And for them, Dhrupad will always be and has been relevant, regardless of time, regardless of uh, who is ruling, who is not, and all those things. Because it's not about the splashiness, it's not about the popularity, it's not about any of those things. So once you get tired of all those things, yeah, you listen to it. You do. People, when they start listening, they want to try to understand what exactly is happening. Why? It's not necessary. Just experience what's happening, enjoy the music, listen with an open mind. Don't try to put it in a box.
Yeah.
What most of the audience, they want to put it in a box. Experience, if you like the experience, then think about it more seriously. But why do you have to understand what is happening to listen to a good piece of music? When I listen to classical guitar, do I understand a thing? I can't. Now, if a classical guitarist wants to listen to veena and understand what I'm doing, how is that even possible? And they try to, oh, there are no chords, so what's happening? There are no chords. We don't play with chords. What can I do? So that open mind, it's a very difficult place to be, to have an open mind. So that's very important as an audience. Now, then somebody wants to take it a little bit more seriously and wants to learn. Then, you remember, do you know that famous quote of Chotu Ustad? The more untrained a disciple is, the better they are. Because they don't have any preconceived notions. Their mind is fully open. So, and I have experienced this in my teaching experiences. Like people who have studied before, for them to grasp when I'm saying, okay, this sound will move. They can't believe it. But when somebody who absolutely doesn't know what is sound, when I tell them, okay, this is going to move now, like this,
It's fine.
it's fine. Because they don't think that sound just goes like this.
Yeah.
For them to experience, now see, those Shruti forks, those are supposed to be very difficult, no? But somebody who doesn't know anything, for them it's become so much easier because they don't ever believe that it's a difficult thing to do and they can't do it.
Yeah.
Versus people who have previous trainings and they try, they have that preconceived notion, it's a very difficult thing to do Shruti work, I can't do it, I'm not capable of. So they struggle.
Yeah.
So it's better to study when you don't know anything. Have a blackboard. So again, that blackboard analogy. If it's a blackboard and nothing has been written yet and wiped out it's going to be very black. Now you write, you wipe, you write, you wipe. It's not going to be as vibrant. So disciples, the more nausikh, the better. The more untrained, unlearned, the better.
Yeah.
But given the guru has to be true and honest, and the guru has to want to teach, and the student also has to want to learn. So it's not only the guru or only the disciple, it's a 50-50 chemistry. If it doesn't work, it's not going to happen. The fundamental of Dagar tradition is probably what we play, the singer also sings. What the singer sings, we also play the same thing. Now, this ideology has been misinterpreted and used in many different contexts, and it meant different things to different people. People have interpreted this also in a way, I know, because I have experienced this, that, yeah, in Dagar, if you want to play the veena, you don't actually need all the technical skills. You should stay away from the technical skills. You have interpreted like this also. But in my opinion, It's the technical skill of the veena player which allows him or her to play exactly like the singer. If that is overlooked, if you don't know, like, if you play that on fret, it's a different phrase altogether. No? Also, if the singer doesn't know where to use the syllable, so the syllable a singer says it's supposed to be same as the veena. So that exchange, I think that's what has made Dagar Vani what it is. And it's not only Dagar Vani. In the Vedic era, so entire Dhrupad has come from Samgan, Chandagan and Pravadagan, a combination of all those three. In Samgan in particular, the sages or munis or rishis, they will sing and their wives will accompany them on the way. So, since the beginning, it has happened hand in hand. So, it's not like it happened all of a sudden somehow. That's how, anyways, the music has evolved.
So the women were the veena players.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, the women essentially, if you look at all the sculptures and all the paintings, you will never see a man playing a veena. It's always the women. And I don't want to be religious here, but until the Muslim invaders, women were allowed to play the veena. It's only when the Muslim invasions happened, women were forced not to play the veena, and all those myths started from there, as far as I know. That if a woman touches the veena, they will not be able to bear children. I think everything started from that time. As far as I know, I might be wrong. If the artists in the Dagar Vani tradition don't give up on their ego and their differences, there is no way to bring them together.
Yeah.
Somehow they have to learn to move past their differences and their egos and their fights which happened, say, like 50 years ago. And just for the sake of this music, come together. If that doesn't happen, there is no way.
Yeah.
It's up to the artists. They have to give up their own differences. This goal also has to be genuine. If not, it's not going to work. I'm saying from my mouth that, oh, I really want everyone to come, but I know there's something else in my heart. If that's the case, it's not going to work. Because in Dhrupad, no matter how good you are at lying, the audience will be able to hear
Feel
what's
that.
there in your soul.
Yeah.
No matter how good liar you are. So if your heart is not pure, no matter how well you sugarcoat things, it's not going to work. So until that real change happens in the heart, you can't really do anything.
Yeah. The music reveals so much.
Exactly. On veena, there is no way you can lie.
Yeah.
There is no way you can lie. You have to be brutally honest to sit on stage with the veena. Because if there is any dishonesty inside your heart, the entire audience is going to feel that. They might not be able to explain that what happened, but they will feel that 100%. There is no different, no other way.
Yeah.
And it's not only the vocalists also. Our words, our music, our sound, it has that extreme kind of power. We might not be able to explain that. It will just happen. So, oh, please come together. Let's do music together. I hate you. They will know, even without me saying, I hate you. So it's much better to just, okay, I am going to put my ego aside and I'm going to create some good music with, say, you or somebody else. If that happens, the gharana will come together effortlessly. Because it's a beautiful gharana, it's a very old lineage and it's beautiful music and everyone does beautiful music. When somebody does some very good, inspiring music, will I not feel the urge to, okay, I want to make that even more beautiful? What can I do to make it more beautiful? Oh, he is doing it like that. I can do better. That's not going to work, unfortunately. I think we're stuck in that vicious cycle. Like, oh, he's doing like that. I can do better. Not, oh, he's doing it so beautiful. I want to make it even more beautiful. I think that urge is not yet there. So, why do you want to compete your own family?
Yeah.
Why do you want to hate your own family? Definitely, in a family, all the fingers are not going to be the same. So, on Veena, this has a different purpose, this is a different purpose, this is a different purpose. You can't force this finger to function like this finger or this finger, you know.
Yeah.
But without this finger, what's the point of this tree? Or without this finger, what's the point of this tree?
They're one together.
Yeah. So, no, this is the best finger, or this is the best finger, or this is the best finger. It won't work like that, no.
Yeah.
The moment they realize that, I think all the musicians of Dagar family, they are capable enough. The moment they set aside that ego, decide, no, we want to come together, make this music even more beautiful, and we'll just take care of it. That.